I want to get back to the global computer outage, which is affecting folks across the world right now. It just happened after CrowdStrike rolled out an update last night. Dan Ives just put out a note on CrowdStrike on how they're going to need to go into damage control mode and what comes next. Dan, thank you for joining us. What does come next, and what is this going to cost the company?
Well, there's a black eye moment for CrowdStrike, and I'd say for the cybersecurity sector. Now, the damage, look, it's going to be weeks, months, potentially years in terms of understanding the damage. The big issue is the brand damage, because CrowdStrike today becomes a household name, but not in a good way. Look, George and the team, I don't think this changes the long-term story, but other competitors, Palo Alto and others across, they will try to take advantage of this. That will be a big focus in the sector.
Do you think that there is a liability issue here? Meaning if you're an airline, like an American airline or whoever, where there's a ground stoppage and they're losing money as those planes are sitting on the tarmac, can they go ahead and sue CrowdStrike?
If you're a lawyer for CrowdStrike, I don't think you're going to be seeing the beach this summer, because this is going to be coming from probably all angles, right? Legally, not just airports, transportation companies. Now, look, Microsoft needs to figure it out from their angle. Now, they're more, I'd say a victim here relative to what happened on the Windows side. So I think less of an issue for Microsoft. Look, for CrowdStrike, you're talking about a company that prides itself on brand. F1, globally, anyone that's seen them at airports. And this is just, look, it's an epic disaster. It's something we've really never seen in the cybersecurity industry at this scale. So this is a bit unprecedented.
In terms of the way we were talking more broadly about what happens next and the sort of larger implications of our reliance on the cloud. Do you think this changes anything about the way systems are set up more broadly, about the third parties that are used by a Microsoft, about even the idea of consolidation in these spaces?
Yeah, Andrew, after this happens, changes will have to happen, because the scale of something like this, there will be changes in terms of third-party implementation, updates, not just for CrowdStrike, but across the industry, because this is unprecedented. And it's not just black eye for CrowdStrike, black eye for the cybersecurity industry.
When you say changes, self-regulated changes, or do you think the government gets involved?
I think it will be self-regulated, but the chances that CrowdStrike gets called to the Beltway for some hearing is probably pretty high.
Yeah, Dan, when you say changes that happen, you mean Microsoft and other companies aren't going to let third parties come in, third-party vendors, and do cybersecurity for them, that they will do more of this in-house?
Well, I think they're going to have to change in terms of the process on the updates, and then just take a step back. Google likely, probably acquires Wiz, and probably one of the biggest cybersecurity acquisitions is reported by the Wall Street Journal. I think this is just going to push Microsoft further and further to potentially trying to do a cybersecurity acquisition themselves. They've been around the sort of edges there, right. But this is something within Redmond. They don't just, go next week like nothing ever happened.
But that meaning that, how do things happen now? Was this a third-party vendor that was allowed to do the update? They sent it internally and it happened, and nobody at Microsoft realized that there was this problem or bug in it, and you think that has to be then happening internally, which is why they would want to purchase one of these companies? And if so, who do they purchase?
I think on the Microsoft side, look, third-party updates are common. That's happening on a minute-to-minute basis. In terms of Microsoft, we've talked about they're going to have to look across the industry. Cybersecurity has been something that, normally they have third parties, and they will continue to have third parties, Palo Alto, Zscaler, and others. But I do believe when something like this happens, you look at names like a Varonis, a Tenable,
right.
CyberArk. Those are names that to us kind of are front and center in terms of, potential acquisition candidates.
Dan, is your sense that this makes it more likely or less that regulators would allow a transaction between a Google and Wiz, for example?
So on that extent, I would view that it would actually be more likely, because I think it shows some of the dangers, in terms of what we see from some of these third-party updates. I also think, obviously, it depends on the regulatory environment. But this is something that actually bodes more positive for M&A between big tech and cyber rather than the opposite, because it shows here, I mean, and this will be a moment that we'll remember in tech, for decades, to make sure that something like this never happens again. From the gold standard, CrowdStrike. I mean, that's the ironic thing.
Dan, can I ask you a question? And maybe it's my naivete. For reasons that seem inexplicable to me, these things don't seem to happen to, knock on wood, to Apple devices. Why do you think that is?
It's the nature of the Mac and Apple ecosystem because of those updates, because everything is controlled within the four walls of Apple Park. And that's why they have 2.2 billion iOS devices. But also remember, Apple very rarely plays in enterprise. Microsoft does. So Apple's less exposed on the enterprise, much more obviously on the consumer side. But that's also why Apple, Cook, Cupertino are in the Mount Rushmore, along with Microsoft and others.
Hey, Dan, we do have some video of George Kurtz. He's the CEO of CrowdStrike, and he was just on the Today Show. Here's what he had to say to the Today Show.
The system was sent an update, and that update had a software bug in it and caused an issue with the Microsoft operating system. And we identified this very quickly and remediated the issue. And as systems come back online, as they're rebooted, they're coming up and they're working. And now we are working with each and every customer to make sure that we can bring them back online.
Dan, I guess working with each and every customer is going to take a while. I'm still looking at the balloon screen of death, haven't gotten a call from them just yet. I guess this is the obvious, though. This is what you were talking about, that they are going to have to look at ways to change that system. The idea that they were able to upgrade the system, it had a bug in its own software. You're right. Microsoft's going to have to get their arms around this, too.
And also, look, Kurtz is probably, in my opinion, one of the best tech CEOs in the world. So if there's one person that can navigate this, it's Kurtz and CrowdStrike. But this is going to be a Mount Everest-like uphill battle in terms of what they're dealing with here. I mean, the global nature, airports, transportation, DC subway, and others. There's a long road ahead here. We remain bullish on the sector, but now we need to see how this all plays out for CrowdStrike over the coming weeks, months.
Yeah, Kurtz actually was at McAfee before, too. You're right. He is somebody who has a very long resume and a long history of working in this industry and has a lot of respect.
Yeah, if you want one person to unfortunately be in this situation, it's Kurtz.